You're listening to Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live on Humble House Radio.
People,
it's that time again.
What's up, guys? We got
Check.
Rave Daddy Robbie over there. Look at you, man.
Well, I'm so look at me. I'm red. I'm
Look
red.
at you.
Look at this. I've got shit on my shirt. I'm like my shirt's the same
It's
color as
all
my
good,
face
man.
right now.
It's all
I don't even
good,
know how
man.
that happened.
What's up? Good to see you, Rave Daddy.
Not too much. It's Monday. I'm just been swamped with my full-time job. My boss micromanaging the shit out of me.
Oh,
That's
don't
always
you,
fun.
You just gotta love bosses,
God,
you know?
it's-
Bosses.
Bosses.
I don't even call them bosses. Like, I got to a point a few years ago when I was like, I'm not about to call anybody a boss. They are my supervisor or my manager.
Yeah.
A boss makes them feel like they're a boss over you. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody a boss over
Ego
me.
will
Yes.
kill
You know what I
somebody.
mean? Exactly.
Ego will get to the head.
For sure. That's my
Embrace, what's
manager.
up, dude?
What up, dude?
Nothing much, man. It's
going on?
been a great weekend.
It has been
Great
man.
week.
was a great weekend.
I got a lot done, for the label, and I'm DJ Ketone, by the way, guys.
What up, Ketone?
Welcome
Hello,
back. Here, I'll let
hello.
everybody see you.
Hello.
Kind of fading in with the wallpaper today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I'm
video
hyped.
Bob. I
doesn't
got
do it good. His dreads
Eventually,
look
we're
really
gonna
good
have
right
we're
now.
gonna have new cameras in a couple weeks. This will really start looking like a professional production.
Yeah.
Listen, this is great. We've been doing a great
I
job.
know.
This
Well,
is good.
I
We
made
got a
do
little
with what I got.
preview screen here. We get to see we
Yeah.
got the works. Y'all just don't.
I know that's
don't
true.
know.
Most people that do interviews don't actually get to see themselves in the interviews. So
No,
that was
this
my
is
gift to you
good.
guys.
Yes, we appreciate it, man. Dude, what a fantastic weekend we had.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, you tell us about you were at the pier, yeah?
Yeah, I was at the pier yesterday. It was man, so backtrack. I've been like so disconnected the last week and a half. I went on a trip with my girl and her family. We went to Kentucky. We were in the farm.
Oh, okay.
We milked some cows. We rode
You
some
gotta
horses.
love getting out of
Wait, is that code?
into the country.
No. Yeah, I'm the cow. I got milk. Play with my udders.
Jeez.
I make chocolate milk.
Did it
if
take
you
a
want.
long time? No.
Get Robbie
And she went
started.
like this too.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys aren't supposed to get me
wow.
started. You know that.
It's gonna be one of them days.
It is. It is a path of horrible travel to make me.
No,
we don't have
we all get
Danielle
that
here.
good
She
coffee.
get down to dirty talk.
Yeah,
dirty
right.
talk with Danielle. We missing those.
Yeah, no, but it was good, man. I was disconnected from life for about a week and a half. About a week. Went to Kentucky, then we did Tennessee, and I got back Saturday and got right back to it. And I was at the pier last night, St. Pete Pier.
Yeah, man. How was that?
It was fun, man. It
It's a
was
beautiful sunset.
beautiful sunset. Beautiful sunset.
One of the best in the Bay for sure.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. My only drawback to that was, so I'm like, people know me as a house DJ, but I am a very talented overall DJ. So I do good open format. I do good Latin. I do good reggae. I do good throwback, R&B, whatever. And that's the task.
Very good.
That was the task at hand.
Yeah.
But that was weird. That was weird.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
invisible wall. You got to remember that.
But yesterday, I couldn't get the crowd to budge.
Oh no. So the pier. A lot of people don't understand the pier unless it's a curated event. The
Yeah.
pier is more like a chill. Hit
Exactly.
them with what they know. Let them sing along and go
Exactly.
on about your business. And let them head nod and foot
Yep.
tap. But to get them up and moving, you gotta really get that liquor flowing.
You got to get it flowing. And it wasn't those type of days. Whoa, there's that feedback.
Jeez.
I think that's your mind. It's got to
Is
be.
it?
You're
Nah.
you're hitting the field somewhere.
I know. Well, it's that government field. I can't help it. They keep an eye on me.
They're watching.
There's
See?
it's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, can't go back. You got to lean up.
No, I don't.
It's somewhere.
Weird. It's only if I go like this. I don't.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in that area. It's
Like
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what's why. I'm sorry. We're drifting again. We're drifting.
Everybody on that
Back on
Starbucks
topic.
right
Back
now.
on topic.
Goodness.
Back on topic.
Yeah.
Well, clearly everybody got laid this weekend.
You had a good Saturday, Rave Daddy. You were over at Saigon, huh?
I could have got laid Saturday if I wanted to.
Gio said
not
something
too.
about getting flash and all kinds of shit. I love
Oh
that.
yeah,
song.
yeah. Well, actually, so it's funny. I was in Vail, Colorado the week before because we didn't have last week's show
That's
because of
right.
that.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I was gone too.
we
So
missed you
everybody was
guys.
out of town, man.
Yes.
How was your trip, yo?
Oh, it was fantastic. We were invited back during the ski season to play probably multiple dates.
Love that.
It's in Vail. It's called the Vail Village. Basically, if you've never been to Vail or Breckenridge
Keystone.
or any of those places,
Yeah.
Essentially they cut the highway through the mountains, and as soon as they did that, they built these little towns that are just nothing but probably dedicated to skiing, and that's
Yeah.
it. That's the whole lifeblood of the town. And they're little like commercially built villages. They used to have apartments and condos and all that kind of stuff. But then all these companies came in and just tore down all those and then built like, huge, gigantic, expensive shopping villages and all that kind of stuff. So what they do though is during the winter, they have a common section in the middle of Vale Village, and that they put decks out there and they fill that up with like 1,000 people and you perform.
Okay.
And then there's also, you go up the mountain on the lift, and then at the top they have another setup they'll do, and they'll be DJing at the top of the mountain as
sick.
well.
That's sweet.
Damn.
So we it was me, Sakali, Jen and Chris, which is Jen Blackburn and Chris Blackburn. Chris Blackburn is also known as Trance Jesus, very, very successful and well-known trance producer.
Are they? They're not Tampa based.
There's
Vail based. St. Pete based.
Orlando.
Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Oh,
okay.
Minneapolis. Okay.
And then we had Trashly, a girl named Ashley that performed there as well.
Trashly.
That's what she goes by. And she did really well. And I played Saturday night and didn't sleep very much Saturday afternoon. And then due to not managing my eyeballs very well, I stepped behind the decks in a very, very elevated state, let's say that. And that was a challenge. I actually taught myself a lesson. I don't ever want to do that again.
Yeah.
Dang.
That was like,
Yeah.
But did really good. I opened with Rowan Chappelle, got to go. Or no.
Chappelle
Good to
Rowan.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to go. Yeah, GOTT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot to go.
Hot to go.
Hot
Thank
to
you.
go. Yeah,
That's
good
it,
to go.
Jesus.
Hot to go.
And then
That's
I,
up there.
And then
Shit.
yeah.
That's like 170. something.
Listen,
Nah,
I made
like
this joke
132.
last night that
Oh,
I
it
should have
is
played that.
132.
I was like, maybe I should have played that Dave Chappelle song. Chappelle Roan.
Yeah, there you go.
Chaperone.
Dave Chappelle song.
Chappelle Roan.
Then I closed with the dirty version I have of Pink Pony Club with a big, huge bassy drop in the middle of it and
nice.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they love that. I had the entire club, the staff, everybody, all over the place. So, but yeah, so we're going to be back there this winter at some
cool.
point in time playing. And then, yes. And then last Saturday I was with Gio, and Chris Michaels was on assignment, as I was telling everybody, in North Carolina. He was
Right.
doing a little thing up there. And Gio and I just burnt Saigon down. If you're going to Saigon, probably give it about 2 or 3 weeks. They're going to have to remodel after we got done. It was
Let's go.
It looked crazy.
It was great. It was phenomenal.
Yeah,
oh,
good.
so the thing in Vail, I had this hot little blondie in front of me that definitely, he was ready. He was
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could have sealed that deal probably if I wanted to. Not because of the higher elevation though. That would have not worked.
Yeah.
But then
It wouldn't have worked.
So although, but
It wouldn't
it would. Thank you. It wouldn't have worked exactly. You follow me.
Yeah, I'm putting me
So, yes, but then that, and then
This is
then oddly enough,
18
then
plus.
we ended up with another little hot blondie in the booth with us last night. I'm pretty Saturday night. I'm pretty sure that we could have worked something out. So
Well, listen to you
So, you know
guys.
me.
You know what? My weekend was chill. It was
listen, the
pretty
dad,
cool.
the dad is strong with it, man.
There you go.
The dad is strong.
The rave daddy. Well, good guys. I'm glad you guys had a
was
great
a great
weekend.
time.
My
What were
weekend
yours? Yeah.
mine was chill. Sam did the Saint. I didn't do the Saint. I had to do some other business, so she kept held down the Saint as always. Dude, I don't know. I'm a pothead. I don't know what I did this weekend.
You forgot.
Walked in the door.
Yeah, no, but you know what I did see come out was this top DJ list.
here we go.
that
Yeah, let's
came
get
out.
into it.
That was crazy. Actually.
Let's get into it.
Like
Let's
the
get
way.
into it.
Talk about.
So I
getting
used it. I
everybody
tried.
wound up.
I A/B the post kind of, and that DJ post got a lot of traction.
It definitely did.
It got a lot.
It definitely
of
did.
movement.
It definitely did.
But listen, there's everybody on that list that I know is very talented. I've seen them all spin. They're very talented people, so there's no down in that list for
Shout
me.
out to Explicit.
Oh, M&X, everybody on there, explicit. So, my take on it was, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. There's a lot of people on here that we don't know. There's a lot of DJs in the scene.
There's a lot of DJs in the
And
scene.
they put 50 of the, it seemed like an open format thing. It
It
seemed
definitely
like
seemed
most
totally
like
was.
open format. Hip hop open format.
Totally was.
Yeah.
Hand me that
Latin,
mic, would
maybe.
you please?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah,
We're
it
gonna
definitely.
swap.
A lot of those DJs, you probably seen them either on the radio or at bigger clubs,
Right.
And like you said, more open format, which is fine.
Yeah, which is cool.
Hopefully this is better.
Yeah,
I
that's
even
good.
sound a little bit better.
Oh,
on this
yeah,
one,
that's
don't
good
I?
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that blue one.
I'm going to put this on a different frequency just so everybody knows what I'm doing that's listening and watching this.
So I figure, maybe there should be like a house version of that.
Definitely should.
But ran by the people.
By the
because
people.
you know what? So there is there's what is that newspaper article called that's here?
CL.
Yes, CO. Who is
Yep.
that? Creative
Creative Loafing. Creative Loafing, yep.
So they do a pretty good job with their polls. Their best of the Bay, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, it's huge.
But
That's going on right now.
I never see specific categories, like best house DJ or best dubstep DJ or something. So maybe we should run something like that.
I say we should. I feel like because Humble House is like for the people, by the people, like you've been in this scene for a while, I think if we open it up to the viewers, to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should be you should be responsible for that list, not some company, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think
So-
that we should run a vote, grab the people's opinions, put it all together, tally the votes, make it so that, I think the best way to do it is make it like secure where you can only use like one email address or something like that.
One email address. I feel like everybody
another way
should
to
get
make it
3
secure.
votes. You know what I mean? One. You can fill them out. We're not going to create the
You think
list.
everybody should get 3 votes?
I think everybody should give it 3 votes because it's a lot of DJs, and you might like this DJ for one reason. You might like this DJ for one reason.
Oh,
And
I mean,
top
I
50
see-
is a lot of DJs.
But
If we keep it to 50.
It also is completely dependent on though where you're doing now. If you're doing it online and all that, that's one thing. But it also depends on who you're marketing to. So if we did that same thing and I send it to all the fraternities at USF, I can promise you none of us would probably end up on that list. But if I did that same thing and then sent it to all of our friends that frequent our show or we see every other night, then I promise you we'll probably end up on the list.
Oh, for
so
sure.
we should.
Yeah.
So
So
then
just like
what's
the
going to
list.
be the
So-
best way for us to make this an even thing? We should just market it to the entire
To
Bay.
Everybody, yes, everybody that we
Yeah.
can. Yeah,
Everybody
pretty
to the
much.
Bay.
You think
Well,
we should just be one person? Should we just vote one person?
I think it should be one.
Okay.
That way it's your best.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe I mean three kind of works too. I see where you're going with that.
I was
three.
saying
Three,
3
yeah.
because
I like the
that'll
3
that'll
thing.
get you your top 3 of
exactly. It'll get
you
it
know.
top to 3, and I think it'll like even out the playing field for who should be number 1 or number 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know,
that could be fun.
you fill it out, you put your top 3 DJs in, producer or DJ, electronic music, period. And that's another reason. You might have a favorite house DJ. You
Yeah.
might have a favorite bass DJ.
yeah, so we're definitely gonna have
Yes.
to separate the categories.
That's a good
like
point.
that.
Favorite
That's a good
techno.
point.
We
Yeah.
definitely have to separate the categories. That could be fun.
Yeah.
That could be real fun, guys. So if you want to vote on something like that, if you think we should do that, let us know in the chats. If you would vote, if you have your favorite house or favorite dubstep DJ or and you would want to participate, let us know. We'll definitely put the post up, the poll, and we'll see what we could do with it. You
Yeah,
know, see if
definitely.
we can get a good calculation because man, people got hot over that top 50 stuff.
Oh
They
my
definitely
god,
did.
People were hot.
That was ridiculous.
Big hot.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
People
Anytime
that were
you-
saying stuff who didn't even need to be saying anything.
Oh,
were
yeah.
saying stuff about. It's like you're just jumping on that bandwagon.
Oh, for sure. And you know the ones who did make the list are, I'm the top 50 DJ. My rates went from $500 to $1,000.
Yeah,
like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? They want to increase their rates.
You know, that's a
maybe.
valid point. I didn't even think about that.
I
Oh, that's
mean,
Yeah, you
good
totally
market
could
that,
do that as a
right?
marketing tactic now. couldn't you?
Absolutely.
Listen,
Yeah.
people got agendas,
Yeah.
and goals.
It was like the same thing whenever
Listen,
they had
according
the,
to Jim Bob's polling service out of middle of nowhere, Arkansas, I was number 1.
exactly.
Nowhere, Arkansas.
Anytime you have like a ranking thing, that seems to like ruffle some feathers. I know they had like
Oh,
the,
yeah.
they had the what they call it, Mount Rushmore of no offense, white rappers, and they had that
Okay.
recently. Then they also have like I remember
Why
back
did I
in
take offense to that?
oh, because you're a white guy.
No offense.
But yeah, like anytime there's like a ranking or a poll done, is like people like really either feed into it or they really don't. So
Yeah, I had to make a poll. I wanted to see how much it would tap into. Really, it shows that people love the
Sorry.
the bad side of
I'll tell you in a minute.
the bad side of social media.
yeah,
Because I really didn't care about the poll. Honestly I knew what it was targeted for. I read right into it as soon as I looked into the company who did the poll. But I understand that was like geared towards a certain agenda of something.
oh for sure.
But a lot of people, they just were like, they just took it to
Yeah.
the soul with them. Like, man, this is hurting. Like what? Like, calm down.
It divides the scene
Relax.
too if you feed into it.
Of course.
Like, it
Yeah, oh,
makes,
yeah.
like, you know,
But there's always
Might as
those
well be
people.
politics.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
Yep.
really, for reals.
So maybe we shouldn't do a poll. We're gonna feed us right into a
I
politics.
mean,
know,
but,
it
it,
could.
but,
Yeah.
but that poll was made by some computer
True.
generated.
We're gonna
thing.
ask the people.
At least this one would be by the people. You know what I mean?
I feel
So,
you.
That's true. Like, yeah, I mean, if it was actually something where somebody would go and poll. Of course, if you're like GC, you go and vote 45 times for yourself. But I shouldn't bring that up, should I?
Hey, you got to do whatever it is to win, man. You got to be on top.
One of the guys that made that list, he had put out a post, and I think he was in the top 10. I'm not going to mention his name, but he had put out a post. If there's a list out there, please do not mention my name to be on a list like this again.
Oh, wow.
Because he's probably like, I didn't even want to be on this thing, and somehow I ended up on it. And he's probably, even though he got top 10 or whatever, he's like.
Do you know who it was? Do you know which one it was?
I'll tell you off air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard out there. There's good and bad to publicity. Every part of it.
There's a good point to that, though. Like, if you look at the list, there's about 10, 15 what I would consider really good DJs on that list. Mm-hmm. And again, only open format, though. I'm not talking about like house DJs or anything like that. When I say good DJs, I'm talking about open format because that's all I know these guys play, and that's all they've been playing for the last like 10, 15, a lot of them 20 years.
Sure.
So I don't know if you've only played one genre, which is all genres, for the last 30 years. I don't know if that really qualifies you necessarily to be in the top 10 per se.
Yeah.
But there's only about 10 or 15 on there that would really be, good and are always fun to listen to. And then all the other ones are probably just like, decent.
Yeah.
And then I can see how somebody might be like, no, these folks don't even come close to the level of which, Yeah. And I can see that. I can see why that'd be. So don't lump me in with that group because that's not what I do.
That's not what I do. I'm not in that box.
I actually was booked an event one time and was not told that I'd be back-to-backing with somebody, and then got stuck literally back-to-backing with somebody that I swear would have been still on training wheels. And I'm just like, that is no.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That's not, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, nope.
That's hard when you got a back-to-back with somebody you never played with, and you don't know their style, you don't know what they're going to play, and their energy may not match.
It's usually not good.
Yeah.
No,
it's usually not good.
Not at all. It was there was probably other reasons for it.
Oh, it's politics.
I'm sure.
Which
politicking.
I had this on my mind too. Like, this is kind of on the same subject with the open format thing, and like we talked about this briefly before. But is it easy to house DJ or is it easy to open format? And not even just house DJ, just one genre.
I disagree. I think it's easy to open format because it doesn't matter what you do.
No,
you're always right.
No, I don't think that's the case.
No, I do. You can crash in the tracks all day and night. You can chop. Sure you can.
You cannot crash. You cannot
you can.
That's just bass DJing bass music is very similar too. I think you can bass music all day and night.
I can't bass music.
Yeah,
I can't DJ like that.
So, and I don't want to just say house music. Is it easier to one genre DJ than it is to open format?
I think it's easier to one genre. Yeah.
Well, it should be easier than one genre DJ because you're an expert at it. That's the reason why you DJ one genre.
Yes, I feel open format. You can be an expert in open format.
Do you know how many? No, hold on. Do you know how many venues I go to? Hold on. Don't get. You're getting. I think he's going somewhere. I think he's doing this on purpose.
I completely agree.
Do you know?
And I'm gonna say my
how
point,
many venues
I
go
to,
to,
and I'm gonna say my point.
I listen to the open format DJ, and I'm not even saying friends. I'm saying just any.
Sure.
And this guy all day and all night. It might as well be the fucking touch tunes because it's just and
that's
nobody cares, and everybody's still happy.
That's my point.
And he plays Jimmy Buffett, and they start singing,
that's
and he plays OPP,
and
everybody starts bouncing around.
I agree.
Yeah,
and
I mean, there's real, and then on top of that, my biggest complaint ever about open format DJs is they play 40 seconds of every little section of every top 10 song from the last 40 years, which of course does get your audience up and excited when it's full of a bunch of freaking bridesmaids parties who are already drunk.
Yeah.
And first it's Don't Stop Believing, then it's OPP, then it's
I see
halfway there.
Fucking Britney Spears. Yeah.
I see where you're
saying.
exactly.
Thank you.
And there are,
so as long as you play something they recognize,
but you have to
you will
play
never fail.
But you have to play it well. And you have to do it well. Just crashing tracks, I promise you ain't going to keep a crowd. You can't crash tracks. You ain't going to just keep dropping on the ones.
I want to be clear, though, not like shoes in the dryer.
I don't agree no more because the attention span is so short, and I feel like they only want the best part of the song now.
No, that's not the case.
That's what open format DJ. That is what open format DJ is
doing that now.
That's not the way I've seen crowds move.
How long ago was that?
lately. As
Like,
of late,
lately.
when I'm at the Pier every Sunday, I do open format. And I go wide across the board, right?
Yep.
And I'll play. Mind you, I am sometimes a quick mixer. I got to slow myself down a little bit,
Sure.
not to play the whole song, but I can move across genre and move people and have people moved and not just play the same pop Pitbull songs
Yeah.
and keep a crowd and make a crowd go. But not everybody can do that.
Right.
And
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
where you have the experience.
and
That's
then-
why you like have more experience.
And then, but with house music,
Also, though,
if
that
you
just-
play the
that's
top,
reading a
One second.
crowd.
Hold on,
though.
let him-
if you
let
play
him
the
land.
top 100 tech house tracks at a bar, you're gonna move a crowd. You're gonna move somebody, and you can probably
If they
stay
want to
there,
hear house music.
Because that's
And-
the same as top 40 then.
but not quite. You would still have to capture them and do it well. The same. But I think in open format, not everybody can do that, which makes it harder. You put somebody in a house crowd, right?
Uh-huh.
And I say, I'm going to give you these top 100 tracks right here. I'm going to give you an hour set.
Yep.
That guy's going to mix it, and he's probably going to be might move a crowd depending on his energy,
Yeah.
his or her energy, right? But he'll probably still play it well.
Sure.
But have that same person go from PIMP from 50 Cent to Tiesto to Business and see how well he does that. And
Yeah,
it won't
yes.
and it won't
Yeah.
sound good
It won't. And you do have
unless
to, like, so I
he's
get that part.
very very good.
the
which is why I
open
say house
format
is
is
easy.
a little bit harder to go from those waves, to go from PIMP to Tiesto.
Yeah,
You do
and
have
it
to
takes
slowly
and
go
it takes training or your knowledge of transitions or something, which I think it makes open format harder.
With that being said, I probably should state, though, I do have several friends who are quite good open format DJs. I don't want to think that I'm saying this. That
No,
every
no,
open
no.
format
Oh, yeah,
DJ
we're definitely
Never,
not saying
in
that.
the scene, by the way.
And I think all of us
Yes.
have been open format DJs in some form where we DJ weddings or corporate
Yes.
events, and
Yeah.
I'm confident that all of us are good at that.
Actually, if somebody ever mentions to me they're looking for them, I do not take any of those gigs ever. I straight up, I've done it like once or twice, and I'm like, absolutely not. That's not what
They
I do.
pay.
I'm like,
They
wrong,
pay.
wrong DJ.
They pay.
I'm not joking. I'm like, wrong DJ.
Yeah.
Listen,
But
the
you know
weddings
what?
Pay top dollar, corporate pays top dollar.
If you heard me and Gio Saturday night at Saigon, that's why I DJ one genre. That's why I'm a house DJ.
It's no better feeling.
And I
no
expert.
better feeling.
burnt that
You're an
place
expert.
down with Gio,
Yeah.
and we were playing off of each other, like we were reading each other's minds. And that is exactly why I did that. This is the age-old adage everybody always ends up bringing up. Well, what's better if you play every genre or no genres? I've always gone by the jack of all trades, master of none. So I
was
play
thinking that
house
same
and I
exact
play
quote right
techno.
now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I get that.
So when I played my first techno event that we do here at Bayboro Brewing on there, I closed that place down and I melted faces off
Yeah.
because I'm a techno DJ and that's what I do and that's what I know and that's what I play. I would never decide to go to Prana and boot Michael off and say, "Hey, bro, let me give an hour at this." Like
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
that
yeah.
bar would be empty in like 20 minutes if
Right.
it's even that long.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's just not what I do. Like it's my job.
When you DJ
I
one
get it.
genre, that's you and your artistry, because
Yes.
you're
Correct.
painting.
Correct.
When it's
Yeah.
open
Yes.
format, it's somebody else's. Now, granted, you're paying other people's music in that genre, but I feel like you get to be more creative when you're just doing one genre, right? You play
Yes.
what you like, you play what they like, and then with open format, it's just what everybody likes.
So that brings up another interesting thing too about open format DJs. A lot, and even my good friends, by the way, I'll go and listen to their sets though. Hella repetitive.
Oh, yes,
and you know
that-
why?
yes.
But you know why?
Yes.
And I know why. It's because if I've been an open format DJ for 30 years, and this is what happens when you get old, by the way, guys. For 30 years, you remember all the shit from the 90s and the early 2000s and stuff, and you remember that this Britney Spears track goes together great with that
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake track, which
100%.
rolls into the insert country singer here, da da da,
Yeah.
and all that. And the problem is that gets stuck in your brain.
Yes.
And then every time, and you don't think you're playing it often, but if you show up to your friend's open format gig and you go there every Friday, suddenly go, I know what
You're
track
gonna
is
know
next.
exactly you know
I
it's
know
next.
which one. Here it comes.
Yeah,
Here
yeah.
go. Oh baby, bye. There it is. God damn it.
I have
feel you.
I have that
Yes.
formula
I
from
feel
110 all the way to 130. I have the same formula from 110 BPM all the way to 130, and I can tell you, I can name them off. I can go from
That's funny.
number one bites of dust. That'll roll into Poison at 113. Then I can slide into that Bruno Mars at
I
115.
see- I feel you,
I can
but-
go into that, you know.
But if you take open format residencies and you actually use them for practice, which is what I've done
Yeah.
a lot of. Every time I'm there, every Sunday, I try my best to go somewhere different.
Yeah.
Try something new. Take that time to like really like dig in my crates
Yep.
and find out what works and what doesn't really work. And I love open format, but I know
I love
it's hard.
open format.
It's so hard.
It's hard too. And I used to DJ, like when I first came up, I used to DJ rap, and I was in Detroit DJing rap. And back in the day when rap was good, it was easier. Now when I DJ rap, I don't even know what people are listening to now. And some of that old rap stuff don't hit like it used to.
Nah, they need
back
new
in the
edits for
day.
sure.
They
They need
need-
new
they
edits
need
of
new
it, like
edits.
different basses on
Yeah.
them, you know, to make it really hit like today's
Yep.
stuff. I get that. We
And
do
plus,
need some.
the club scene ain't the same.
You know
like,
what's
when
crazy?
say-
We don't have editors like we used to.
We don't.
That's true.
We don't have editors. We used
No,
to
we
have
do.
mad
It's called
editors.
Ableton and FL Studio
Yeah.
and Logic.
But people aren't
Yeah.
really doing it anymore. Like
Nah, they're
for
not.
the pool,
Yeah.
you know, which is crazy. There used to be a shit.
It used
ton
to be
of
a shit
editors.
ton. You could get a
Everybody
lot.
was an editor. You
Yeah.
know, but I wonder what happened to that. I wonder
Well,
why people aren't
that-
editing.
that's the
like
same
that
thing
They're
with-
keeping them for themselves, and they're probably putting it out as a single.
Yeah.
and trying to monetize it.
That ends up being but that's like in the broadcast industry. Like we have everybody and their brothers brought videos online, but we have apps to do it for you. You just pick the video, you put it inside the app, tell the app what you want, put a little heart on it, put a little lower third on it. You know, this is all stuff that would take hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment to do, and you know, like 10 years of skill to learn how to do it. Now you can do it in 5 minutes in a little app. Same thing though, like. I mean, there's a lot of good plugins I bought that I have in Ableton, and I've probably got, I don't know, like a dozen or 20. They're all called mastering plugins, and I've played around with some of them. Some of them do a pretty fucking good job.
Oh yeah.
Also, if you got a great ear and you know what to hear for, you can do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we just need more editors.
The editors are on TikTok real quick. I know that you're
But
thinking
that's
about
so
it.
short,
They're-
bro.
I think, but
So
again,
short,
the
bro.
attention span is so
we
short.
need the DJs
Yeah.
to get back into DJ mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the edits out there. But there's still some really good editors out
Yeah.
there. EDM news brought to you by EDM.com. EDM music is now the leading music, tied with hip hop and R&B for gym life.
Oh, let's go.
EDM
I love
music
it.
is up
I love
there
it.
now.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, are we surprised about that thing? Like, I mean,
No, we would figure I figure drum and bass, of
don't.
course.
Well, the only reason why you listen to hip hop at the gym is because you're pissed at your partner. That's the only reason why.
I mean,
you go
Jeezy gets
run
me
and you
pumped
listen
up.
to
If I need
hip
to get
hop.
that extra
Yeah,
rep in, I'm listening. I got
that's
my
the guy
gym-
that's slamming his fist on the treadmill thing as he's going through, and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna get on the other
Because rap
treadmill.
got good bass, just
Yeah.
like just
Exactly.
slower,
Yes.
and it's like,
Yeah.
y'all tripping.
Although I don't know if I could listen to rhythm and lift weights at the same time. That'd be kind of weird to be like,
you know what? I haven't tried rhythm.
You
yet.
know,
rhythm might actually kind
I
of work.
haven't. I know.
For me, I just need
love
bass.
rhythm
If I got a lot of bass and I got speed on my like a
mine's
good
just
rhythm, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just get. But the problem is though, I don't really listen to music when I used to work out because I'll start finding that I'm doing everything too fast. To be honest with you, I'll start
Fuck
doing
it.
my reps like really fast.
Yeah.
and that's not really a healthy way to lift weights. You know,
Yeah.
and you're not getting you're much bang for your buck like that. So and then also the occasional realizing I was dancing by myself in the gym and I'm like, oh, I got to stop.
Nah, you don't. You dance in the gym.
Nah, you dance all the way.
Remember,
out.
I went to a UFIT one time, and this guy was literally walking in circles between all the exercise equipment, clearly listening to like rock and roll or something, and doing air guitar and everything. And everybody's just looking at each other like, "Is this guy serious? Like, what is he doing? Like, that's all he was doing.
If
He wasn't
was
working
just doing
out.
that and he wasn't working out.
Yeah,
then
no,
I'd
he
look
was
at
just
the
walk. Yeah, it was hilarious.
same. Crazy. So today, our guest, guys, we got DJ EV
Yeah, man.
coming on. He's going to be our guest for today. We're going to get into everything that he's been doing around the scene.
Yeah, he's been
he's
DJing
been
a
here
lot
for a while now. He's been going. Yeah, he's all around Tampa. He hits St. Pete often. He'll be with us 4th of July. We just announced that today. So 4th of July got. Oh my gosh, Humble House is all over the city, guys. We'll get back into that later.
We're all over the state, man.
Let's go.
And
We're
don't
going
forget,
out of
actually,
state,
we
too.
haven't talked at all about Pride next weekend.
Oh yes, we definitely have to.
cover
that's-
the,
Speaking
the
of somebody
upcoming-
all over the city. That came out
Let's go.
wrong. Came out wrong.
Well, are we ready for commercial break?
I mean, we can.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's hit them with a quick commercial
7 o'clock,
break.
I guess, I
We'll
suppose.
come back. Oh, well, maybe next commercial break we'll have that for you, something special. All right, we'll come back after this break with our guest DJ EV or Ev. We'll ask him.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll see you guys in a sec.
Oh, there we go. Hold on 1 second.
All right. What's up, peeps?
It's that time again.
Thanks for hanging around with us.
We back.
My name is DJ Ketone. We got Rave Daddy Robbie and DJ Embrace on the other side of that
What up,
screen
though?
there. We got DJ EV in the building. Is it Eve or EV or Ev? Come on, set the record straight.
Honestly, it started off as Ev. Like when I first started DJing, it was Ev. But then when I first started DJing out, everyone just kept calling me EV.
Yeah.
Seriously, and I was like, you know what? Actually, that's
It works.
You know,
Yeah.
It works.
You call people like DJs.
It's also a good way to hide your real name, though.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's like smoother because you know a lot of people call like other DJs based off like their alias. You know, I call you Embrace, I call you Keto, I call you Rave Daddy Robbie. It's like EV.
Yeah, EV sounds. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, exactly.
Pause.
So
Yeah.
What's up, dude? DJ EV in the building. What's going on, man?
Oh man, I'm happy you guys have me. Just been enjoying it. Honestly, been having fun. Summer's starting to pick up, so.
Oh yeah, summer is in full effect in Florida right now. Goodness
It's full effect
gracious.
everywhere, man. I keep watching all these Ibiza highlights. Ibiza's going crazy.
I haven't even thought. I thought
crazy.
Every night, honestly.
Europe,
Gosh.
Ibiza.
One day.
man,
We're gonna
it's
be there one
insane.
day, guys.
Even in Miami
insane.
this morning.
Miami, bro.
Francis Mercier was at Space this morning. I'm looking at stories.
This morning?
Yeah, he was at Space. Yeah, 4
Nice.
his set started. I'm like,
Oh
Can I
man,
be there instead of at
Yeah.
work? Like,
Crazy.
that'll be our life one day, guys. Don't worry. Don't
Yeah.
worry. We're on a
What
but
do you mean one day?
soon. I have just never been to Ibiza. Ibiza.
Yeah.
Ibiza.
They corrected that in the Batman movie. Don't forget that. I think it's pronounced Ibiza.
Ibiza. Dude, you're not even from Florida. You're from Jersey?
yeah, born and raised.
Love
Oh
that
man,
for
why you got to put
man.
him out like that?
Oh no, no.
I rep it.
Nothing wrong with Jersey.
I rep it. Yeah, I rep my
I'm
state.
kidding.
So how long have you been in the Florida area?
Since 2018, so going on 7 years.
Oh, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
September 2018. Yeah. So.
Very cool. What got you into like DJing and stuff? What got you into the, were you DJing in Jersey before you came and DJing in Florida?
Not really.
No?
Nah, I mean a little bit in college, kind of messing around like the virtual DJ, DJing a couple of like pre-games and stuff.
Virtual
but,
DJ.
Yeah.
Everybody got to touch
Yeah.
virtual
Yep.
DJ at one point or
Yep.
another.
But that was it. So I didn't have a controller or anything like that. I was kind of just messing around with it.
You come from music though, don't you?
Yeah, well, my dad was DJing. He was DJing my whole life. I guess that's how I got into it. Well, no, I guess that is how I got into it. High school, like a lot of weekends, Friday nights, Saturday nights, I would just go to gigs with my dad, and
Very good.
I'd help him set up. I'd bring like a friend or two. He would pay us like $25 each, and which honestly back then as like a
Heck
15, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
That was McDonald's for the week.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
You might.
like that lasts all week back in 2010.
yeah.
Like dollar menu, that's the
Yep.
whole week. So
Yeah, rest in peace, Dollar Menu.
right.
Man.
But yeah, no, I used to do that a lot.
What kind of music did he DJ?
He DJ a little bit of everything.
He still DJs now too.
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
he?
yeah. He does. He be more booked than me, honestly.
So
I go on his Facebook. He's here, block party, house event festival.
That's great.
He's
I love
actually,
that.
he's doing he's playing like this like South Jersey music festival end of August or like the third week in August. So I'm
Okay.
gonna try to hit that up, quick weekend trip.
So is he more of an open format DJ or is he more of a house EDM DJ?
So his passion is house. Like that's like his
Okay.
like that's where like the
What
heart
kind
is
of
at.
house?
A lot of old school house.
Give me an example. What's Pop's favorite? What's the Pop's go to? You pull up on Pop. Every DJ's got that DJ. They know the set. You pull up on Pop's set. What's he got?
Like that. Follow me.
Okay.
Follow me.
Okay, yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah,
That's
Let me
probably-
chime in.
Classic.
His pops
follow-
came down to Ebor and shut Ebor down, bro.
Yo, no
yeah.
way.
Where was that at? That was the Pirate Bar. What's that Pirate Bar in Ebor?
Oh, Gasparilla.
Gaspar's
Oh,
Grotto.
Gaspar's
yeah.
Grotto. He killed it.
For my
Yeah?
birthday. Yeah.
For his
2
birthday,
years ago,
yeah.
Let's
My
go.
30th, yeah.
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 So
he's-
some classics.
Yeah, he's. I mean, he's like a little bit more up to date now. I'll put him on to some Afro house I listen to because he likes that stuff. He likes the soul Afro house. So like we'll share songs and things like that.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of open format as well.
Okay.
He's done weddings, like corporate gigs. He actually, funny story. He was he actually DJ'd a couple of my like middle school dances and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So he would do some of those. So
Oh, you know what, Eric D? Is it Eric D? I forget. Yeah, Eric D, yeah. DJ Eric D.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he DJ'd his daughter's middle school dance or something like a couple
know
months ago.
Eric
He was
D.
so excited about that.
That's fun, yeah.
And that's I'm sure that's fun. I'm sure Ketone can't wait.
I know. I got my kids. My kids do not want me to come DJ any of their shit at all.
It kind of made me popular a little bit. I was like, yo, your dad's a DJ? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. No, my kids are like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. That's because, by the time they come, they're tired of it. Except for my daughter. My daughter loves DJing. But tell us more about EV and like your journey through the music scene. Having your dad be a DJ, you weren't really into it until when, and then where it got you to now you're just everywhere. You're nonstop DJing. You've got gigs coming left and right. Like, tell us that journey.
Yeah, so I've always liked music. Be honest, I grew up playing sports, so I was all about sports. Played basketball in high school, played in college, even coached a little bit after college. So like ball was life, like from like age 8 to 25, I would say.
Okay.
Essentially. So honestly, when I moved down here, just got into more of the music scene, like went to a couple festivals like Sunset, went to the Ritz a couple times, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, different. But I think that was part of the reason why I moved down, to get like different experiences in life, just to be able to kind of start fresh.
Sure.
In a way. Yeah, like new experiences, new vibes, all that. And then I remember, I don't know, one day I was just like, I think I'm gonna start DJing. I mean, yeah, kind of just like, let's just start DJing. I talked to my dad about it. And he was like, yeah, sure. Actually, funny story. So the first DJ controller I had was the Record Box DDJ 400. And I remember I was talking to my dad, and he like showed me, he was like telling me which controller to get, like nice starter ones.
Yeah.
And he actually showed me the Serato one, like the SB 400. He like
Okay.
showed it to me. He's like, here, buy this one. I end up going on Amazon and I buy the Record Box one because it looked the same.
Yeah.
Like, look,
Yep.
click, looks the same. Same $250. And then I get it and I show my dad and he's like, no, you got the wrong one. He's like, you got Serato. And they say you got Record Box. Like, I want you to play on Serato because my dad plays on Serato for the most part.
Okay. That's an old school open format stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so then I'm like kind of doing my research. I talked to my brother because he's big into music as well. And he was like, nah, he was like, that's like, Record Box is like really what you want for like house music. Like it's industry standard. Like if you want to play on CDJs, it's better just to have that. So I was like, all right, well, you know what? I told my dad, I was like, I'm probably just going to stick with this. And, I can practice on Serato when an opportunity presents itself. And,
Yeah.
he always told me, it's like, it's good to be able to do both.
Yeah.
He's like, as a DJ, you should be able to play on any kind of controller. You don't ever want to go to a club or an event and say, oh, I can't play on that. And now people are looking at you like, all right, well, are you a DJ?
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying they'd be expert at
I
everything,
immediately
but-
love your dad for saying that.
Yeah,
I have told so
honestly.
many young kids, I've said, don't ever go to a club or bar and be like, oh, well, can I plug in my little
yeah.
controller? Or, oh, I don't know how that works. Or if they
Yep.
say, what do you mean I need a thumb drive? Nope, go. You're
Yeah.
not playing tonight.
Yes.
Sorry.
I think
And make sure your thumb drives are not corrupted. Make sure, man. Yo, I'm not putting out any names.
Yeah.
No
You know,
names.
after the whole, out
names,
of all the years that I've ever done, like the experiment to have people play with us or play with me, it's very few and far in between where people are not prepared. So
You said it's very far few in between that
Yeah.
are not prepared?
yeah, I've not really had. I mean, I do my due diligence.
Yes.
I make sure I do my due diligence on
Yep.
somebody who's professional, but it's not really happen that often. I'd imagine it does happen to people though.
I imagine.
definitely
Yeah,
happens,
yeah.
where someone's like, oh, I can't play on that, or
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. It's just having like but I think if understand like the concept of DJ and the science behind it, you
Yep.
can look at a controller and just say, okay,
And adapt.
I know how to,
Yeah.
it might not be the best, but I can make it work.
Right.
It's easy, just the EQ knobs, the tip, all that stuff.
So you got the DDJ 400. You started practicing on that, and then how did you? Where do you want to start getting gigs, and how did you figure out what genre was for EV?
Probably. I mean, I feel like this is a common story going to festivals. You hear the house music, you hear the vibes. All right, it's a fun genre to practice with. But I used to DJ like open format a lot. Like I had I still have it now on my SoundCloud. I have a whole hip hop playlist. I have a whole like R&B. I have like Jersey club music.
Which you got into some of that for your
Oh,
birthday. You went in on
Yeah, I
that.
did,
That was a
yeah.
good switch. You went from like Afro House into Jersey Club, and that was lit.
Yeah, I like
Actually, the way you
doing
did that.
Yeah.
That was,
I always got to pay homage to my Jersey people, especially because I had a couple of my friends from in town. So, but no, I used to DJ that stuff a lot. Even like dance hall, reggae. So I would just do. I kind of started off doing like just like house parties.
okay.
You know,
That's always the best place to start.
I have a
You
pretty
get your people, you know.
Yeah, my
you get
friends,
your people jumping.
You know, I did just house party. I think the first time I DJed in front of people was 2021 going into 2022 New Year's. We threw like a New Year's Eve party, and like it was probably like 20, 25 people, and
Yeah.
you know, it was just DJing on the DDJ 400 and just playing all night. I thought that was awesome. But yeah, no, I just kind of led into house parties and just meeting people that way. I remember actually I was we threw a house party February 2023. Yeah. At our friend Ant's house actually. And it was actually a pretty good turnout. We probably was like maybe 50, 60 people there. And it was a couple DJs. It was myself. Who else was there? Glenn T.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there because we have mutual friends. So, and then that was the first time I met Zay, DJ Zay. Yeah, it was a funny story. He's at the house party and it's like 5 or 6 DJs. Everyone's trying to play, and it was
Of
my
course.
equipment. Yeah, it was my setup. At that time, I had the FLX6. Yeah, so it's like a pretty nice setup.
Oh, I
had
like
the
the FLX6.
I
Yeah,
had my
that's
2
perfect.
speakers. So
That's
then-
my beach deck right there.
Yeah,
a good one.
exactly. So everyone's asking me like, "Hey, can I play next?" And then Zay asked me, "He's like, yeah, you mind if I play?" And I'm like, "All right, like, do you really DJ or are you just?" He was like, "Yeah, man. Like, I played at PTO, I played at SMF, I played at the Ritz." I'm like, "Okay, you're on next."
Yeah.
Like, all right,
That's
you're-
funny.
Yeah,
you're
Zay's
on next.
good
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, he's on next. So then he plays and then he kills it. I'm just like, "Damn, it's really good." I see why he's played at SMF, PTO, and all that.
Yeah.
So then I play, you know, and I do my thing, and then next thing you know, we start talking, and then he invites me to play out at PTO
Okay.
one night with him,
Yep.
and ever since then, that was like my first actual out gig.
Oh, at PTO was your first
Yeah,
out gig.
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no, it was a hookah lounge with Zay. We did a
Okay.
hookah lounge in Ybor. It was like Q Hookah Lounge. It was like right across the street from PTO, actually.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Is it kind of like outdoor one?
No, it's indoor. It's like really dark. You really probably won't even notice unless you walk by.
Yeah, I guess.
it's
I don't.
like-
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want to get a shout out, so I haven't been to Ybor in a minute.
Yeah, so I did that with him, and then
I haven't been to board a minute either.
Yeah, Ybor's wild.
It's wild. Wild fucking west over
It
there.
is the Wild
Yep.
West.
So okay, so you did. Go ahead, continue.
No, so there was, I guess this guy at the same party who threw like a party at his hookah lounge,
Okay.
and he booked me and Zay, and then I think like the next week Zach was like, "Hey, come play with me at PTO," and then after that I've kind of just started to meet people in the scene.
Were you playing Afro House then?
A little bit.
Okay,
I was a little bit.
Were
yeah.
you were mixing it with what?
Just like tech house.
Okay.
But I was playing some Afro House. Like I have like Afro House songs that I downloaded like 2-3 years ago that I was playing
Yeah.
over there, and I started playing a lot of Afro House around then.
Very
That's like,
cool.
I think that was kind of one of the things when I started meeting other DJs. I know like the first next clique I met was like Two Clutch, Pasha, and all them.
Okay.
We met. We
Good
like,
group.
Yeah, I played like a house party with them, and then I think once you meet people like them, it's like all right, everything
Yeah.
else just falls into place.
Yeah, oh yeah, for
and
sure.
I'm at the drum circle, and
Yeah.
you know, with like the Stamp Collective, and it's just like all right, I guess I'm fully in the scene now.
It happens that fast. Too.
Yeah, honestly, it's like
Yeah.
and then it's like every night. Okay, well, after this go out? Where's this? After's here, and where are the afters? And I
Yeah,
had to
they
kinda
know
s-
the scene.
yeah,
Well, they're
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
hardcore. No, they are
Yeah,
hardcore in
yeah,
the scene.
definitely,
So
yeah.
it's good. That's a good meet. A good
Yeah,
find.
It was
You
like,
know.
it was like my second month that I really started DJing out, and then we hanging out, and I'd always go to the afters, and I would play at their afters, and you know, just led to meeting more people.
I guess that really goes to show you that you got to be at the afters to
You
meet.
do.
To
Oh,
meet
starting
to
off.
meet
I
our
told you
to
that
meet our
before, yeah.
people.
Starting
Yeah.
off, yeah, I'm not as
Yeah.
much now. I kind of died down.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's like
It's hard.
I'm kind of saying, all right, I think I'm at a point where I don't need to go to these afters anymore, unless they're at my house. If they're at my house, you could be
That's
up
the
all
afters
night.
is at the crib.
Yeah.
I'm always like that. We can go back to my place.
Oh,
and everybody's
yeah.
like,
all the time.
I was like, no, my bed's right there. That's why we're going to my place.
Because we all get decks now. We don't need equipment.
Correct.
And we don't
That's
need
true.
a crowd. Like, we
That-
just,
right.
our crowd can be our homies,
it
and
could
we
be-
just
it could be
chill with the
10 of
homies.
us, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It's always a good time like that. So tell us how you and Ye got together. You guys got Stepping in Culture going right now, but you guys seem to be like, you guys click very well. You guys, when you guys make a set together, it's like you're one person. You're actual really. That's what you would call a really good duo.
Yeah.
You know, you guys make each other shine. You guys seem to do your homework together. Like that's a great click, a great flying. It's not easy for everybody to find a
definitely,
partner to work with. It's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah,
So tell us
honestly.
about that, man. That's a great connection you guys make and you guys do. Tell us some more about that.
Well, I met Ye before we started DJing, and we kind of started DJing hand in hand together. We actually met through work, like our older jobs, back in 2019, and he was kind of one of the reasons why we both kind of went into that house scene, because he was like one of my somebody who I met who also like house music, that kind of music. That
Yep. Did you guys meet Raven?
Raven?
Did you guys meet
No, we
Raven
met
together?
at work?
Oh, at work. That's right.
we were
And then did you guys do any raves together before you became DJs?
We went to Sunset
Nice.
together. Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
thought it meant Raven. I was like, Raven who?
That's what I was saying. I was like, who's Raven?
Raving.
Yeah, Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we both. I was like, Raven? Who the fuck is he talking about?
I was saying the same thing. I'm like, Raven. You might know Raven.
Go on.
Same.
Sorry.
I really did think that too for a second.
This is where we're at tonight, man.
Yeah, we chilling.
Yeah, but so yeah, we were always tight. So we were always listening to music together. Like, so we went to the festival together. The first time we really heard Afro House, and I think that kind of what really changed it a little bit for us. So as we went to this festival called Rockastella. It was during Art Basel weekend. It was 2022 Art Basel weekend. It was funny because like it was a group of us, and like one of my friends, he wanted to go see Martin Garrix at Club Live, and then Ty was like, "No, let's go to Rockastella. Like it's this smaller festival. It's intimate." I didn't know anybody in the lineup. I mean, I do now. It was like Diplo, Carlita, Tisha, DJ Tennis, Seth Troxler.
Okay.
The only person I knew was Diplo.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody else.
Yep.
I'm just like, all right. I mean,
Seth Troxler's great.
and, yeah, exactly. And Rample was on there. And
Okay.
still didn't know anybody. So
Yeah.
then we go there and we're like, you know what, let's go. Let's just go. We go there and we have a blast. We hear Rampa set and like,
That was what changed it for you.
yeah, we're just like, yo, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of music is this? I've never heard this kind of house music before because I'm used to like the Chami, the John
Yes.
Summit,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, like just like the popular house music in
Yeah.
here, especially in 2022.
In 2022,
Yep.
that's when it
like,
was popping.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
it was full on.
Yep,
So
yep.
so then we go there, and I think from there we both kind of just started just listening to Afro House and kind of having the same sounds. And I think our B2Bs go so well together because it's like when I'm playing like an hour or like a 2-hour set, you know, I have songs. I don't say I have filler songs, but I do have songs that kind of just keep the mood going, keep the vibe going. It may not be anything crazy. It may just be like just a beat, you know, nothing too crazy.
Yep.
But when we play together, it's like there's no room for any fillers. It's
Hot
like,
tracks after hot tracks
it's like
because you
bring-
guys are bringing.
Mhm.
I feel
It's like
that.
we're bringing like play 20 songs in a set. Instead of me playing all 20, I'm bringing my best 10. So now I have to cut. Like, all right, I need to really get my best 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has to get his best 10, and it just goes hand in hand. And a lot of times, I'll bump him like, all right, yo, play this song yet, because I know he has it and I don't.
Yeah.
And I like it like that because I don't want to take
Exactly.
all. You know, he has some songs he'll show me and be
Yep.
like, this song is hard. I'm like, all right, you got that one, yeah. Like,
Love
you know,
that.
so I'm not even gonna play that, but I know he has it, so we're going B2B. I'm like, yeah, play that song next. He's like, yeah, I got you. I know it's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think just having that connection and just being able to go and no, it's fun, especially
Yeah.
with the Afro House.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
you've been
sure.
putting on a lot for the Afro House. Like you're doing some Tampa gigs too that are
Yeah.
Afro House forward. Like Salimar, right? You just did that.
Yeah.
Was that last weekend? Was that this last weekend? This last Friday.
Yeah.
Tell us
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, so I'm trying to just really just do me, honestly, create a sound like Afro House. I'm a piano. There's some 3-step. There's like a lot of, I mean, even like a little bit Afro beats to a way. You kind of get that in there sometimes, but yeah, the Afro House. I'm a piano. You know, I think it's a little bit new. new here, and you throw in some mashups, you throw in some just good rhythms. I think people like good music.
They do.
Oh yeah.
They just don't know.
They'll tell. They'll
exactly. Yeah,
once
yeah,
it hit them, they.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's also just knowing where you're at. Like there's certain songs that I'll play at Sally Mar compared to what I'll play at Concrete Jungle.
Yeah,
100%.
It's like a difference. So just knowing like how to fit the vibe, and I'm not raging, like playing like I don't know who are some like crazy Afro. I don't know. There's a lot like Francis Mercier.
Yeah.
Not really at Sally Mar. I'm saving that for like Concrete Jungle.
Yeah, because it's more clubby, like more tribal, more
Yeah,
festival
exactly,
sound, like
yeah,
maybe more
exactly,
upbeat,
yeah.
more kicks and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, so just finding that balance. And then that's kind of I think just being consistent with that, just like having a sound.
Yeah.
In particular, like knowing like, okay, like this is my specialty.
Yep.
In a way, and I'm going to, continue to push this sound. But there's times where I can still play, regular house music, or I can, like I said, open format sometimes if I have to. So, but just having that specialty, and honestly, I like it because it's fun. Like, I don't really worry about like not playing like, oh, this people might not know this song, or I may miss out on some gigs because I only play quote unquote Afro house. But
it helps you keep an identity.
Fun. Yeah.
Like I have this conversation with a lot of my DJ friends all the time. I'm like, all right, listen, a lot of these DJs sound the same these days. And even though they play different songs, those songs still sound similar. So eventually you're going to have to create an identity for yourself to help you stand out.
Definitely.
Now, granted, like you said, you might end up losing out on opportunities because that club or that promoter is looking for that sound. But so be it. You might get booked and paid because you have a certain sound that nobody else can do.
It's just fun. I mean, I think you're in it. I mean, I'm in it because I love it and I enjoy it, and if I can play Afro House, at certain places, then I'm do it, and I understand that I'm not going to try to fit in every lane. Like I said, I'm not going to try to play techno so I can play the techno event. No, like I leave it for the people that play techno. So
I'll see. This is what I was talking about earlier.
That's a DJ.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
100%. And a lot of people don't have that.
Correct.
I have a lot of friends that's just trying to take any gig.
Correct.
Because they're at a point in their career where they need to take every gig for the experience. But you do got to get to a point where I need to like,
That's like an identity.
There was a group elsewhere that held an event. There was a drum and bass event, and they had one drum and bass DJ on the event that it was known as a drum and bass DJ. The other three were the other three in the group that just play everything else.
Wow.
And I'm like, no.
That's not how that works.
No, that's not a drum and bass event. Nope, sorry, apologize, but that's not it.
How was Alter Ego?
Oh, it was smooth.
Yeah,
it was good.
Hell
Yeah. Really nice place, honestly. Really
Looks
nice
nice.
setup. Yeah, it looks like Miami in there with like
It does.
the red lights
Love
and
that.
everything. The CDJs are like kind of up a little bit right next to the bar. No, it's a really nice place.
Yeah, I like Alter Ego. And let's talk about, while we got some time, let's talk about the Step and Culture Twitch thing you've been doing on Tuesdays that we actually promote through Humble House. So plug everybody up if you haven't tuned in.
By the way, you guys got mad listeners on Tuesdays.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I just know what I see on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We'll run you the numbers later.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just something I just decided to do. Well, I'm not gonna say all me, but me and Ye decided to do. My dad was doing Twitch. Another he kind of helped me out on as well. He was doing Twitch a lot during COVID. I remember I'd go on. He'd have like 2,000 viewers. Like during going on Facebook Live, and I'm just like, you're killing it. He's done like Twitch shows before where he does like a weekly show on Twitch to like other people's channels. He's done that before. So no, it was just something that decided to do, and it's like, why not have fun? I have the space for it. I have all the equipment, and it's just like, honestly, it helps a lot. It's fun. It helps with my craft, practicing, getting better. Helps with my song selection.
Yep.
It's good to like sometimes dabble into different genres there. You kind of can explore a little bit. And I think having, some guest DJs come over, I think it's good to just with like the inspiration with the networking, just talking and just be able to hang out on a Tuesday, because that's all we're doing. And then, also recording it live. So, I give people their sets after, I'll just email it to them, say, hey, here's your live set. And, they can do whatever they want with it or listen to it and all that. So,
yeah, Stepping in Culture every Tuesday is fire.
Yeah.
It's a fire time.
It's fun.
I'm
Yeah,
usually
so-
doing my work at my computer, and I'll put it on, and I'm like, all right, here we go, we going, and work gets done.
we getting better with all the technical issues. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's good. Sometimes it's not.
No, it's good.
That's us here. Like we don't know what kind of every Monday. Like we might get a great Monday like today.
Rude.
And then
We are dramatically better than we were in January.
yeah,
We are much
we're
better.
much
Why do
better.
we keep bringing him back?
But technical issues we can't control.
Listen, we are doing
Listen,
great.
I get it. I
doing-
forget my laptop every now and then, but that has nothing to do with
That
the
was
technical
I was
component
not
of the
throwing
show.
no shots. I was throwing no shade. But yeah, I wasn't.
I figured out all the problems. If I disconnect the mixer, I got to plug it back in and restart the software. I'm good.
That's
here.
how I feel too. I'm like, I think the first couple of times I was just like, didn't really. I mean, I knew it. Like he kind of like walked me through it a little bit. And I'm just thinking to myself like, man, I can't keep messing up. Keith's probably think I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, oh,
No,
man.
I know how it is, man.
yeah.
I used to do it with another radio show, so I get it. It's all a learning process, man, for
You know,
sure.
when-
You guys got it though.
And when we had
I
that,
think now I have a good. I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
Like, I
exactly.
can set it up.
Yep.
All right, boom, let's play.
that was the funny part, right? Remember in COVID? I mean, I can't tell you how many do-it-yourself videos were posted. How many people start? You get in there.
Yeah,
Like you
wouldn't
can't hear that, bro? No.
You wouldn't know because
This is a great time. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But so see, I'm extra picky, of course, though, because you guys know I spent like almost 30 years in broadcasting, so
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of prima donna about it. But it was just so many people. I was like, well, if you don't know what you're doing, you probably should seek help, or
Yeah.
or at least don't do it till
Yeah.
you know what you're doing. But
You just got to run over those
It's-
bumpy roads, baby.
I mean, it's a lot better now, though. People are a lot better at it. People understand what it is now, and that. But God, there was something somebody just asked me about the other day that made me laugh about that. I forget what they were going to ask me.
Years on. What's up, senior? He said, "Go Evan."
Yo,
Edward Ward
that's my dad.
said, "Go
Yeah,
Evan."
That's my dad. He's my dad.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's it.
what's up, pops? I think I remember when I first started, shooting content, whether it was like a live on Facebook
Yeah,
or
you were doing like a lot of reels and stuff too. What
Yeah,
happened
man,
with
that-
those? You were
I-
doing the label stuff,
I know
right?
the label stuff. I'm so
It
busy.
is tough being consistent.
It's tough,
Yeah.
bro. It
You
is
gotta
tough
be
being
consistent.
consistent.
What you got to do is you got to like do them, like do a bunch, and then just
Yeah.
schedule them to post.
Yep. I
Yeah.
definitely got to get
one
back
day.
into
Yeah,
that.
That's it.
take one day
Yep.
and just do
And
like
just do 'em all.
knock out like 10, and then
Yeah.
now you got one each week that you can post for the next 2 months.
Yeah, I definitely got to get back to that.
That's how they do it. I have to.
They do like
definitely how they
take
do
a
it.
whole
You
day.
have to,
yeah,
yeah.
there's no way you can do it just.
And you do it when you're in the mood. Yeah, because you're in the
Yeah.
mood and you knock it out and you get it done. If you like rely on yourself to do it Monday, Tuesday, Friday,
It's not gonna happen.
or something. You're
not
just
gonna
like,
happen. It's
no,
hard.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
eat my steak and go to bed. It's just like,
Yeah, it's definitely during the week.
yeah.
So yeah, definitely consistency is the key.
For you, is the scene different from Jersey? Did you do any DJing in Jersey? Or have you?
I have no idea what
No.
the Jersey scene.
No?
Like, if there's a scene, I know there's an old school scene. Like my dad, he has a scene going out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know about the young crowd. I
Y'all
know-
went and played for them, didn't you? You guys went and played up there with him, no?
I did for his.
You
birthday.
did,
Yeah,
yes.
for his birthday. Yeah.
That's right.
His 60th this past December. Yeah, he had like 3 parties. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
He's a DJ.
yeah. 3
He's a
parties.
DJ.
Yeah. He had like Friday was more like his family, but then he does like karaoke at like this country club, and he's doing karaoke. Then it turned into like a little party, and then the next day he threw another party,
did it
like
big.
dinner, and then Sunday he had it was like a party, but it was all for like the house heads.
Okay.
And I mean, like, they came deep. I'd say probably like 40, 50 people, like all older people, like probably people in like their 50s and 60s, and they were dancing.
I love
Yeah.
that.
They were dancing. I mean,
Yeah,
like
they are.
actual dancing.
Yeah.
Like really dancing. They had the baby powder that they put on the floor.
Oh,
so you
no
could really
way.
slide. Yeah. First time
That's
I've ever
super
seen it. I
funny.
was like, what?
I never
That's
heard
you know when
that.
it's serious.
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
was like,
funny.
wow, I've never seen that before, but I mean, I get it. Yeah, the baby
That's
powder, just
great.
put it on the floor, and then they slide their feet on it, so they can
Yeah.
really just
I love
get
that.
down smooth.
When I lived in Philly for like 5 years, and I used to DJ in Jersey, and I got booked to DJ at a private little house party or whatever, and it was like predominantly black, and it was older, and it was like, yeah, can you play some house music? I'm like, okay. So I started playing the house music I know, and they was like, no, play this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And it was like, yeah, hit the lights. We want the lights off. Like, yeah, and like, okay, so it was dope. They got a nice little house scene. The older crowd do.
The older crowd.
The
yeah,
older
yeah,
crowd,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is crazy.
You gotta love that. The old ravers,
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
It's like how Chicago and Detroit is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
agree.
on my list. I
It's
want to
nothing
go
like
and
it.
experience it. To
Yeah,
be
it's
honest, I
nothing
do.
like it.
So before we let you go, Evie, tell us more about where they can find you. Tell us about the future of EV and maybe some of the events you have coming up.
For sure. Finding me, I mean, I'm on Instagram, SoundCloud. I got to get on YouTube as well. You got to do it's more than just DJing this day. You got to be a DJ, a content creator. Like,
it's a lot.
Like, you can't just DJ nowadays. I mean, you can, but it's just so, yeah. But no, I mean, with me, like I said, honestly, just continue to build, what I'm doing, continue to network, meet people. I want to get more into like the hosting side of things, where I can put my name behind something and give other people opportunities like I've been given. That's one of the things that probably one of my biggest goals is to get to a point where, I can bring people in, like kind of how you were doing at Saigon and, just things like that where it's like, look, come play. And I think that's really how you solidify your name in the scene.
Yeah.
When you can give other people opportunities, because, it's good to play a lot of gigs, but when you're at the point where you can give back and give other people, new DJs and your friends and people that's giving you opportunities to come play in like a venue in front of people, that's like when you're really giving back. So that's definitely one of my goals, is to try to just find somewhere. Like I said, I'm kind of working on Sally Mar a little bit, where I can start bringing more people in and, putting some things together there. So
I love that for you, man. So EV on platforms. What was the at?
EV.DJ.
EV.DJ.
Underscore, yeah.
Underscore.
And Step in Culture too.
Yeah,
Yes.
Follow the group page.
Yes, Stepping in Culture. Every Tuesday, 8 to 11.
Yes.
What else you got coming up?
Saturday, you got Pride at Trist.
Oh, you're there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna swing by.
Yeah,
I'll be there
swinging
too.
by.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll be
swinging
next
by.
All the
door.
homies will be
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing at 7. I'm actually playing with Drees.
Okay.
Yeah.
At what time?
7.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I play at the pier, but I'm gonna be there earlier in the day.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'm probably gonna go out there hang.
It's
I'm
gonna be
just
an all
in
day
St.
thing.
Pete.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
it's
St.
gonna be
Pete.
all
day
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
I may come check you out and just
Yeah.
migrate down there. So yeah, that Concrete Jungle, July 4th. That's gonna be fun. I'm
Yo,
excited
that
for
lineup
one.
is
Yeah,
fire.
y'all
That's
saw
a
that
good
today.
one.
Yeah, good shit. That's
Fire.
gonna be a fun
Yeah,
weekend.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot.
I tried really hard
You
for a
opening?
big name that night.
know.
I tried real
I thought
hard.
you were gonna get Flagrant Drums, but yeah,
I
it
was so
happens.
close. I was this
Yeah.
close, man. This close, right here. Me and the manager have a good relationship now because of
Okay.
that. So
Yeah, you
That's
got
pretty
that's
cool.
been good. I'm honestly excited for that one. That's one of the ones where I'm definitely gonna have our best for that one.
4th of
Have to-
July is gonna
definitely
be
have to
bananas.
have to crate dig for that one. Yeah, some stuff. That's some stuff I've been saving up too. Like
Yeah.
a lot of times, like when I'll play songs, like I won't play songs until certain moments. Like,
Yeah.
there's a couple songs that I have that like I'm just gonna save it for like 4th of July where I'm like,
Oh yeah,
okay,
where the crowd is
yeah,
gonna be
where I know
receptive.
like
it's
they
gonna
can't
hit.
they can't hear this until 4th of July.
Yeah.
Don't you love that when you're
Oh,
DJ?
yeah,
Don't you
100%.
love having you like I got this
Yeah, I was
little
gonna
gold
say that. I
egg
can't
right
bring
here.
it out yet. Yeah, me and Ye do that all the time. He'll play songs. We'll just be chilling. He'll play songs. I'm like, what song is this? He's like, I haven't even played it yet. I'm like, come on, like,
Yeah.
just hold it there. And then the beach party the next day. I think we're gonna do another one of those.
You trying to
July 5th.
DJ Secrets Rooftop the 3rd?
You asking me?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember we talked about this. I was gonna talk to you about that. Honestly, like,
Keep it open. We'll talk about it later.
we
Yeah.
could- I mean,
Yeah, it's up to you. I know
Well,
you're busy that weekend.
well, not even that. Like for me, because I'm assuming I'll probably play with Ye again. Or are we just saying?
8 p.m. Yeah, maybe you and Ye.
No,
Well, that's-
yay.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. It'd be you and him. Yeah.
Well,
it'd
that's
be
what
you
I'm
and him.
saying. It's like part of me is like 2 reasons. One, I definitely gonna be there
Yep.
because the cat's already out the bag. I think one of our friends was telling me, like Ant was telling me, I'm like,
Yeah.
how you know? Like, so
Yeah.
the cat's already out the bag. But one, I might like if I'm going B2B with Ye, I might have to save that for Concrete.
Oh, got you.
You know what
got
I mean?
you.
Like,
I feel that. I
because
feel
like
that.
I don't like I want to give a full set, but I don't want to like because there's songs that
You
I
don't
don't-
want to.
yeah, I don't wanna do
Like
it-
we was talking about. We don't want to early play those songs.
yeah, or
Let's
like
go
you know,
next.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
go like
yeah.
B2B tonight and promote that, and all right, come to us at Concrete, promote that.
Yep.
And then 2, I obviously if there's people wanting to play as well,
Yeah, facts.
rather give them a shot.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I
it
mean?
makes
'Cause
total
I'm just
sense.
like,
And then we talk about.
I don't
that
want to
all the-
oversaturate it. Where I'm like, oh, I'm playing here and now I'm playing here.
Yeah, yeah.
and
So
it's
me and the
like-
homies talk about that all the time. You don't want to saturate the scene
Yeah.
because all these collectives and these groups, they just exchange DJs, and it's every set might not be as special. Like
Right.
you're
Yeah.
DJing 3 times that weekend. you're
I'd
obviously
rather-
not going to play the same song,
Yeah.
but it ain't going to make it as special.
And like the beach is fun as well, you know. Like the beach
absolutely.
is like fun. Like we'll just go there and hang out. We'll play anything at the beach,
Oh,
you know.
for
That's
sure.
not But
Yep.
the main thing, I'm like, I might have to, because I was thinking about it, but then once I found out about concrete, I'm like, I
Yeah.
might just save,
love lost,
save
bro.
it. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
save
for
for
sure.
concrete. You know, give somebody else a chance. We'll definitely still be there.
Okay.
You know, I'm off Friday, 4th of July, so
Yeah, yeah.
we'll definitely still be there. But I think.
Well, ain't nobody can do Afro better than you, my guy. So that's
You
my,
guys,
those are my
I
flowers.
would have to say,
those
if
are my flowers for you.
if we had to give a top, Afro house DJs in the scene,
They definitely pushing it.
you guys are
yeah,
top of that list.
You gotta tell that to the Ritz.
yeah,
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I thought that was actually a crazy idea when I saw that they were doing it. When didn't they do an Afro house? Was
Yeah.
it Thursday or Friday?
Oh yeah,
Was it
I know what you're
Thursday?
talking about. Yeah,
And I didn't.
Wait,
I
when?
thought it was kind of a little.
It was.
There's
it's the
there's-
same
there's
thing that you were
problems.
talking about. How like,
Yes.
somebody might throw a drum
Right.
and bass show, and then there's no drum and bass.
We're having a hard techno night with
Yeah.
the regular DJs
With the-
that play every other day this
Yeah.
week.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, you talking about the Afro House night at the Ritz?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
We
Saturday
need, yeah,
night?
we'll see if we could shoot an email up. See
Yeah.
what see.
Let's see if we get some.
Anybody, if you got your opinions and you think they should be on
100%.
the Ritz Afro House lineup, shoot an email. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Think you got to shoot an email. Shoot an email.
Send them a mix.
Yeah, we're
Send
not
them-
throwing shade at the Afro
But yeah,
House
no,
DJs
I'm
that
not-
are there, but
I'm
you
not
should
with
have
that.
some
None.
real Afro
None.
people that's their thing.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, though. You know,
Yeah.
that's about who you know. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not complaining.
It'll
It's just-
be a thing. You guys are consistent and you guys are good top notch DJs.
100%.
So it'll be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, New Jersey house heads. Evan Ward said. Edward Ward.
That's his brother. That's bro, right?
No, that's my dad.
His dad.
Well, both of them the same name.
Your
yeah.
brother is
Yeah.
also musically inclined too, isn't he? He writes
Yeah,
music. doesn't he?
He was working with Ableton like before I even knew about it. Honestly.
Yeah. Very
he,
cool.
he wrote a couple of songs. He actually knows a good amount about it.
Yeah, you guys are a
It's-
musical family.
It's kind of funny because I think within the scene that we run around in is two people oftentimes forget that Ableton is actually a music software. It's not just a DJ software.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Or for writing
Software,
EDM
yeah.
you can
tracks.
make-
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, everybody's people are writing scores on this shit
Oh,
and all
yes.
this other kind of stuff. And
Oh yeah.
but but that's the thing about being in the crowd. We get a little siloed in tunnel division, I think, sometimes, and we do that. And it's just like when we think about all the people that, oh no, there's thousands of people that come out and listen to house music every week in St. Pete. Are there?
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
or are there thousands of people that that come out every weekend to the events you play and that it's just like, but it's perspective, right? Because I can go walk up and down Central and ask random kids all of our DJs names and nobody's
gonna
know who we are.
Nobody's gonna know.
And it's just but that's the same thing with like Ableton, FL Studio, all that kind of. I mean, that's actual music authoring software, and that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
people
You know
use
what's
it for.
crazy is like nobody talks about Pro Tools no more. That's what I was googling.
Yeah, Pro Tools kind of.
That kind of just
Pro
made
Tools
out.
is still good. It's studio. It's just high quality studio stuff. But you could do it in any program now can
Yeah.
do what Pro Tools. Pro Tools used to be like what you would have
The
in a
industry
studio
standard.
and
Yeah.
you would mix vocals and stuff in, but you could do it now in anything.
Oh, okay, gotcha,
Literally anything.
I actually use Adobe Audition for most of my stuff, but I have Ableton as well. But
Yeah.
I-
Adobe Audition. Adobe stepped their game up heavy.
oh, Adobe Audition is so nice, so easy to use.
Big company. All right, guys. So that was our interview with DJ EV. Thank you so much for coming through, brother. That was a
appreciate you
amazing
guys
time
having
getting to
us.
know you.
Hell yeah.
Do we have that commercial?
I think.
Oh, let's try it out, guys. We got something special.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we got something special for you. If it doesn't work, you'll just hear music. But stay tuned for this commercial. It is hilarious. You're gonna laugh. Thank you, Evie, for joining us.
For sure.
And we will see you guys after this commercial break for our upcoming events.
Motivational quotes by Jet Jetson. Just because you're up doesn't mean you're awake. Stay woke. Get it while the getting is good. That means get it while the getting is good. In order for anything to grow, you need water. Drink water. So it doesn't get dirty and wet. Dirty and wet, like my first wife. If you're fat, go to the gym. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, guess what? You're a cheater, bruh. Life is like a sandwich. No matter how you flip it, the bread comes first. Don't just follow your dreams. Take them out for ice cream and ask them about their life choices. When I drink, I gotta make sure I gotta watch that show.
All right, guys.
There you go.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Houseology Live on humblehouseradio.com and all other social medias. Subscribe.
That was a quick show, actually.
That was good.
That was a great
really
show.
fun.
Good
That was
conversation,
solid.
good
That was
topics.
solid.
Really fun. Really fun.
Yeah.
So we got Pride Weekend coming up
Yep.
in St. Petersburg. That's going to be fire. You guys are,
Busy
you're
weekend.
at Flute and Dram, right?
Flute and drum, and then
Flute and
I'm also in the Pride Parade on the
That's
Enterprise.
right, Enterprise Float.
Hey, you gonna have little tassels?
Are
on
you
your
are you
nipples?
doing the top hat?
For you now, definitely, baby. I'm gonna make sure they say embrace on them now.
Oh man.
Spin 'em.
Trust me.
You bring the top hat
Look
out?
at the nipples in this shirt. Tell me that these aren't going to handle good. Jesus. Told you we only talk
Yo.
about that off camera.
Yeah.
Anyways, but no, I'll be on the Enterprise float. This is going to be my second year doing that, but that's my third time because I did it for Tampa now.
Yes.
Really great crew. That's a lot of fun. And then, I'll be flute and drum, and then Friday. I don't think I have anything going on Friday yet, but I thought somebody said something to me about somebody. Maybe I could have something good on Friday. I'm sure I'll be reminded when I get closer to Friday.
That's First Friday, right?
No,
That's not.
for
That's,
Friday.
that's,
Next week.
that's
Yep.
this Friday.
So I didn't know. So last night I found out that because I thought the Pride Parade was on the central side, the Grand Central side of Central.
Oh,
But that's
no,
Sunday.
no,
Or no?
no. The parade is downtown.
The parade is downtown.
Yeah, there's a whole little super short version of this, but the a few years back, the parade used to go down Central,
Yeah.
and it would start from Grand Central and work its way down, and I think to
Yes.
end downtown if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And then the Pride Committee, and I could possibly be saying this wrong. I wasn't on the Pride Committee. I don't know anyone on the Pride Committee. I just followed it online and yada yada yada.
Yep.
And then they decided, well, you know what? For better exposure and easier to manage the crowds, we're going to move it in downtown, and that's when they ran it up.
Got you.
Shore Drive and Beach Drive, thank you.
Yep.
And all that stuff now. And then of course the Grand Central people got all upset because they claimed that there were more business LGBTQ businesses in Grand Central and all this other stuff, and you're pulling away from us on purpose. And then the Grand Central people started their own little thing that they started doing called Out in October or something like that. And they started trying to do something with that. And I don't know if you noticed, but if any of you pay any attention on Facebook, then some of the local LGBTQ business owners just started a winter pride that they tried this
Yes,
February.
I did.
And it was like,
It wasn't the same.
no, because it's like, see, this is the problem, bro. Like, we're the LGBTQ community, and yet, just like in the house scene, and that everybody wants to do their own fucking thing. It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
It's because of this money.
Really?
It's
Yes,
because of this-
exactly.
it's a cash
Come
grab.
on.
It's a
You're
cash
still
grab.
having a block party. There's still going to be thousands of people that are going to show up. You're still going to make money.
Now, let me-
Don't create fucking shit on Facebook
Let
and
me
make
play-
just
let's play
yeah.
good cop, bad cop. On Grand Central, there are more LGBTQ friendly
Absolutely.
bars. So
Yeah.
I feel like that is pulling away
Well,
from that
there's three.
business. Yeah, the cocktails or whatever. and
Cocktail.
the dog bar for the
Well, Dog Bar's not really gay.
I have a few lesbian friends. They say they go there to get the
Yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of an LGBTQ crowd.
and then whatever else. I just know
Garage,
Garage,
and then the
yeah.
one across from the garage. I'm just for some reason
And they
drawing
have the
a blank.
Rainbow Street in the middle of the
Sure,
corner.
sure, I know.
Yeah, it should.
So-
it
I'm
should
not.
for sure.
I'm not saying it's not gay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that like it's just they want it. According to people say that people on the Pride committee at that time were doing it on purpose and all this shit. I don't know really what happened, but
Gotcha.
it did make more sense actually to move it down there because it is easier to deal with as large of the crowd that was showing up,
Gotcha.
other than stretching it all the way down Central Avenue and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It did make more sense, but I'm sure that there's somebody that's saying, if anyone ever hears this, saying that I'm all wrong and I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's the gist of it. From an onlooker that has nothing to do with this,
There's
I
definitely
see
something Sunday, though.
members of my community bitching and whining on Facebook because somebody's going to make a bit more hundreds of thousands of dollars than the other person. And you're
Yeah.
like, give me a break, bro.
There is something Sunday though in the Grand Central. I'm
There
not
is
sure. I
the
think on the Sunday
the thing what do you call it, a street fest.
That's
Yeah.
Saturday. That's Sunday, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
Sunday. Yep.
on-
That's
yeah.
the traditional street fest. Goes
Right.
from noon to like 5.
Right.
Lots
Yep.
of great food,
Yep.
lots of
Yep.
vendors,
We're
all
definitely gonna be down there.
focus. Yep, brings tons of business to all those businesses down there. Cocktail, of course, is having all their stuff that they do. I think maybe starts Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
The garage will be doing stuff. Yeah, all that. I mean, there's still plenty of people. Trust me, there's like I think something like almost 200,000 people end up descending on our city here for this.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
everybody gets a piece.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like we're not.
Yeah, and
Yep.
Evie, you're at Trist
Tryst,
on
yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, I'm there at
Yeah.
church
And Mike
too,
as
yeah.
well.
What
My
time do
name
you
is
play?
Jeff. I play 3 to 4 with the homie Christian.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
I'm 7 to 8 with Dries, so that'll be fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's gonna be a
I
good
never
day.
played with him before.
Oh, he's solid, bro.
I've
Yeah.
seen him play. I'm excited though. I like that because
Dree's a good guy.
yeah, it won't be Afro House, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
So to kind of show like my other side to it, and
Very
I like
cool.
being able to download like a crate
Yeah.
specifically for that. So
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
looking for it. So that'll be fun.
Yeah,
That'd
shout out
be
to
fun.
Jeff for hooking that up, man. He got a solid lineup.
My
that
name is
day.
Jeff.
Yeah, we had him on a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago. So yeah, man.
All right, we got
Ain't you got something next weekend?
next weekend. We
weekend?
have this
2 minutes.
weekend. We
2
are
minutes.
at the Saint we're there at every Saturday from 4 to 8 at the Saint on the beach. Pool party vibes.
Is that like can anybody come there?
Yeah. We got some wristbands for you too. So holla at your
So you
boy.
can just come in. I'm like come summertime. I'm not outside unless I'm in the pool or beach.
It's too hot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm
Yeah,
looking
I
for
agree.
pools. My friends got apartment pools. I hit them up.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for pools.
Yeah, bro,
so
we-
I might
we're
have
trying to
pull-
get people
I
to
might
come
have
out.
to pull up on you one of these days.
Yeah, we're trying to have guests and stuff like that. We just want to make sure it's proper before we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
bring anybody out there.
Well, I just come just to hang.
Yeah,
that's
you
what
come
yeah.
too.
That's what to get in the pool.
Yeah,
Like,
facts.
Let us know. We got some
Yeah,
wristbands
okay,
for
yeah,
y'all.
for
Yeah,
sure.
bring a couple people. We
Yeah,
can get some
definitely.
wristbands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where's it at?
It's at the Saint on St. Pete Beach.
Okay,
The
got
Saint
you.
Hotel. Yeah,
All right.
it's
Sweet.
right across from the beach.
Okay.
And then Sam will be repping Humble House at Grand Central for Sophie. There's a business out there. I don't know the name of the business. We'll have that for you next week for sure. Our compilation is due next week. So if you're a
Unhinged.
producer, Unhatched.
Unhatched.
Unhinged. No,
Unhinged.
we ain't unhinged.
Unhinged.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's for Dirty Bird. That's our dedication to Dirty Bird. What are you doing, Dirty Bird this year? Are you doing Dirty Bird? Have you ever been to Dirty Bird?
That's
I mean, you should.
That's the last week in August, right?
Yeah.
I know somebody with a
can't.
great room.
No.
I can't do it.
Oh, man.
I got obligations. It's special someone's birthday weekend. So
I love that. All right. All right.
I got a whole thing planned out.
Love that for you. Love that for you.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think that concludes our show, guys. Thank you so much for rocking with us and listening to DJ EV and his story, or DJ Ev, whichever portion of his journey you met him at. My name is DJ Ketone. We got Rave Daddy Robbie, DJ Embrace,
Nice to see everybody again.
DJ Volume out there. We miss you guys. DJ Danielle, or not DJ Danielle, Danielle and DJ Rich, all the Humble House crew. We love you guys, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Wrapping it up for this week's show. Tune in next Monday at 6 p.m. for the best up-to-date info on EDM news, culture, and gossip on the Houseology live show.
Humble House Radio.